blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses or say of Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming to you from the land of America with the continuation of our exposés, Testimony, New World Disorder. But before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Inganjoni, Benvindo. You are welcome, Koso, Diwo to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, oh, San de Zua, Elquan de Hena, Mitash, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalos, Vita Ichi, Ayubon, Dubudoya, welcome, Estan, Hozut, Walam Aduman, bienvenido, Namaste, Swagitam, Kush, Amadid, Varuk, Haba, Marhaba, Hunyong Hamida, Hunying, Nyejeko, Ayamime, Nyejeko, Wezolo, Novio, Mia Wezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder, as we know, is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are willfully made by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, and yet have chosen to deal with us by willful lies, deception, and delusion, having brought humanity and the nations of the world into this global helplessness amid cover-up of medical terrorism, which they cannot get away with it anyway. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. But we had to get the understanding that the center of the global diabolical agenda pursuit is Ghana, the government of Nana Addo Akufo, and Joe Biden and his administration. Joe Biden has enough experience of willful crime covering for 8 years under Barack Obama, and he has had some years, like 10, 11, altogether 11, 12, 13, 14 years of crime covering. So, but still, we would never lose focus that America and Ghana are center of the global evil pursuit. The government of Nana Addo Akufo and the Biden administration. So whether the shouts of Russia, Ukraine, whatever shout, we are still alert on the mind, on the focus. You understand? So Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We want to be grateful to God for the truth and the fact that we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight as to what to do in the face of this global unthinkable treachery and diabolical playing of humanity by those that we trust to be there for us. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. This expose is coming to you on the 2nd of February 2023, and this is going to be expose part 195. Chronologically, we are following the expose from expose part 1 down to 195, so we get the understanding as to what is happening to Ghana, America, and humanity. Sometimes the various media outlets, they presented themselves, they don't go back to play the news they are presented, so sometimes they forget everything is there. You understand? So just be following the exposés chronologically and you get a better understanding. Expose part 195, Humanity and the Nations of the World. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. America, Ghana, and the nations of the world. Africa, yeah. We would want to invite the Congress, the Senate, the White House, the Supreme Court, the FBI, the CIA, all of us, the Flagstaff House, the Kremlin, 10 Downing Street, all of us to this expose that we are receiving on the 2nd of February 2023. You know, the truth is, there is nowhere we haven't gone to. Talk about the Congress, we have been there. Talk about the White House, we have been there. The CIA headquarters, we have been there. FBI headquarters, we have been there. International Criminal Court, we have been there. The United Nations, we have been there. Everywhere that we must be, God has taken us there. Yet, America, guess what? Joe Biden and his administration, and too many a politician of Washington DC, they are very, very treacherous and diabolical. So, humanity still, America still, Ghana still continue to be dealt with so treacherously. But let's get this to know and understand that Joe Biden, the president of America, is living in a total confused world, and doesn't understand and doesn't know what God is doing, and doesn't know doesn't understand the problem that he has created for his nation and for humanity. So let's get this so we understand what kind of confused world that Joe Biden is in. He's in a confused world just like Nana Pesemin Kumenya Kumdi Pesie Addo Dankwa of Ghana. Let's get this. The CIA, the FBI, and the Montgomery County Police, they know this. I will share it with you. And if Joe Biden there plays treachery, that you know what we are saying, the records we are pointing to doesn't exist, then we would put the records here before his eyes, that he knows that God is not a schoolboy and God cannot be played. You understand? And we have been exposed in the state secret. We are just telling the truth as it is. Now, America, we are seeing to our shock the global ditching of the dollar, indiscriminate ditching of the dollar by many nations of the world, including even the the crime covering counterpart of Joe Biden. That is the government of Nana Addo. You see, the very diabolical terrorist of Ghana, deputy terrorist to Nana Addo Akufo Baumia, telling the world about gold for oil. You know, he's ditching the dollar. Eventually, they are also teaching Joe Biden that you know we are for you and we are against you. So I call back to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Ghana, America, let's hear this. Let's hear this. That the global ditching of the dollar, Joe Biden is the cause. Did you hear that? Before November of 2021, God helped Joe Biden through this African. The CIA know about it, the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, yeah, they know about it. That God, by this African, gave a counsel to Joe Biden by way of a document to present to Joe Biden and let him understand that Nana Addo Akufo and his administration, they have destroyed the Ghanaian cedi, and because of his bond with them, the Ghanaian, the US dollar too is getting destroyed, and so God gave Joe Biden a counsel as to how to redeem the dollar from further tearing apart. That was before November 29th, 2021. Ghana, America, guess what? Joe Biden trampled down on the voice of God the counsel of God. God made me speak so much that I was had to tell Joe Biden that, this might seem very, it might not seem huge an idea. It is the foundation and iota, seeing how Joe Biden will receive it. God wants to see how he will receive it. But guess what? Joe Biden despised it. The document is in his Oval Office. He has it. If he says that document doesn't exist, we would put it here to his face, that he knows that politicians of Washington DC, too many of them, very diabolical. They are the problem of America and the problem of humanity. Ghana, let's hear this. Joe Biden despised it, and then just some few months after, he plotted with the Montgomery County Police. The guy is an African. We kill around the globe anytime. And whoever we want to destroy around the world, whoever we want the police to attack in America and kill, we do it, and no law is able to go and plant a bomb on the African while he's on the clock. Use Bangladesh traitors that have betrayed their own people, Exxon Company, why not held Exxon Company, collude with the Montgomery County Police, let them set him up and burn down a property and come falsely accuse the African and find means to plant a bomb on him that he has been behind that. God approached Joe Biden with a heart of love. Joe Biden met it with total ungratefulness and wickedness, paid good with evil. God still was not moved, wanted to see the heart of Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Nana Addo Akufo Addo bonded together and took their evil to the extent that they had to hate this African to the point of hating a Jewish woman and plotting to make their wicked counterpart of their crime covering network the so-called husband of my innocent Jewish woman. Beat the pregnant woman until she lost her innocent baby. Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world. I've said this over and over again. Because guess what? The kind of wickedness exhibited by Joe Biden and Nana Addo Akufo Addo made God caution me that, my son, beware. They have taken their wickedness for years. They have continued to kill your politicians, diplomats, religious leaders in the interest of this wicked undercover agent, the greatest witch of the earth, that troubled Israel and troubled the nation. They are not playing. They have stepped up their wickedness of beginning to kill Jews before they are born. So flee America for your life. If you don't believe it, my son, check the Bible. Jesus fled. Matthew 12. Jesus fled. There were many times that Jesus had to flee from being killed. So flee America, and I fled to Ghana. I got to Ghana, and Joe Biden and Nana Addo Akufo Addo tied a secret knot, took over the state of Ghana. They terrorized me until God says, enough. Come back to America. Check the same Bible. There were times that when it was time for Jesus to stand and say, I fear no death, I made him stand. Go back to America. And I came. So I'm here. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. I came, and the same Joe Biden and the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo don't understand the problem they have created for Ghana and for humanity. the coward secret killing of Ghana. They don't know how much this is hurting the heart of God and it's hurting the nations of the world. So they have decided to collude with Bangladesh terrorists of the company that I'm working for to seek to continue terrorizing my people of Ghana, commit coward secret terrorism against us, and to seek to touch my life. But Ghana, America, and the nations of the world, what this undercover agent knows is that God doesn't play game when it comes to the life of this child of his. By Joe Biden going to the point of destroying innocent Jewish child before he is born, God has closed the docket to this whole case. Supreme Court of US doesn't have the power to solve it. They have watched on helplessly. The Congress, the Senate, all of them, the CIA headquarters, FBI headquarters, all of them have been taken over by the treacherous politicians. Some very treacherous and wicked politicians of Washington DC, and of my old country, Ghana. Now I don't quite work for this administration. And it has gotten to a point that Yahweh had to come in and say, this problem, he would have to fight his own battle, and has taken over the battle for himself. But Joe Biden doesn't know what. He still doesn't understand. All he knows is he has been worse than ungrateful to the God of the Bible and to this African whom God used to help him to get on the throne, and God used to give him a counsel as to how to redeem his dollar. And he's seeing the dollar being trampled and being dealt indiscriminately by nations here, and the nations are not the problem. God, in advance of the problem, went to Joe Biden and gave him a counsel. What did he do with that? America and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program Testimony, the world disorder. I am not ashamed to declare to the world that Christ Jesus is my Lord and my God. Yahweh is my God. The God of the Bible is my God. He is a mighty warrior. He doesn't play games. He is a just God. It is very, very important and good if we understand what God is doing in our lives, in our community, in the church, in our neighborhood, in our nation, at any point in time. It is very, very important that we understand. Because Joe Biden doesn't understand the problem he has created and what God is doing, he keeps on daring God by using these Bangladesh terrorists to go commit another terrorism against Ghana and touch my finances. He has forgotten that God taught this undercover agent a lesson. By her love for money, which cannot be kept, she pursued it to the point of giving her own father's life to be destroyed. And afterwards, sought the money at the expense of the precious blood of my uncle Nana Daniel and my precious people of Ghana. You understand? She knows no limit to when it comes to money. And God has told her and have proven to her that he loves me so much that not just my life, that if anybody there touches my life, he would respond. Even my finances, when you want to steal it, not that you have stolen, you plan to steal it, and God gets angered, he can choose to kill. He did this. Haiti, I'm very sorry, but she knows what she did to trigger the evil that Haiti saw. Joe Biden has done it again through Bangladesh terrorists. I want to dare the Bangladesh terrorists in the name of Yahweh, my God, that they should not try any act of terror against the nation Ghana. Because Yahweh, my God, says I should tell Joe Biden, tell Akufo that he has taken over the battle. He is operating by the laws of Moses, the Mosaic law. If you do it to my people of Ghana, God shall avenge them. If you touch my finances, God will touch the finances of Joe Biden, his wife, his every family. He will touch it globally. God is not playing. That is what he is doing. So Joe, it is your ungratefulness, ingratitude, the despise of the counsel of God. Because you know that whatever you had pleased, you had done it with Obama to this African, and yet he still continued to remain peaceful, non-weaponry, and non-violent. He doesn't own a bomb, a gun, a knife, any weapon. All he owns is one great Bible. And Joe Biden knows that when the African, Minister John Hagee, Cliff Lodell, all of them, Dr. Reverend Dr. Walter Pearson, and all of them, they have continued to shout Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. The politicians of what they don't heed word. What is Jesus? What they fear is Allahu Akbar. But I'm here to announce to them that don't play with Yahweh. Don't play with the God of the Bible. He doesn't play games. He gives you time to do as you please. When he says enough is enough, he's a terrible God. So Joe, you don't understand what he's doing. You don't understand what you yourself have done. But what you have done, the consequence, you are seeing it around the globe against your own national currency, for you being the root of the problem. No nation of the world is troubling the dollar. Joe Biden is. God helped him, and he despised the help of God. And the aiding of putting intelligent technology money behind corporate terrorists to continue their terrorism, to running of corporate bodies as a secret terror cell to get innocent killed in my nation Ghana. That is what he knows and understands and wants to carry on. And God says, no, you will not take it a step further from where you ended it. You took it to the killing of an innocent Jew. That is abomination. That is an accursed thing you did. It ended. God ended Joe's powers. Now he's not sitting on it. He's sitting on the bare floor, but he doesn't know. He thought he is the president sitting on the throne of America. Just Akufo is thinking that he, the president of Ghana, is sitting on the throne. They are sitting on a bare floor, naked, but they don't know. So we have told them that beware of the just and the holy God. He doesn't hate you. He loves you. And have proven to you more than enough that touch not my anointed and do not my prophet anyhow. Stay away from his finances. Don't commit terror against Ghana. You dare do it, the Bangladesh terrorists, God will take them to the path. I will not go further. Let's go to expose part 196. What to do. Joe, the document is in your office, Oval Office. God presented you through the African. What did you do with the counsel of God? America, the White House, is the root cause of your suffering, your struggle, the problems of the nations of the world. They are the problem. Joe must show himself out of the exit, just like time out for Nana Peseni Kunya Kumini Pesi Addo. When God has given a king all the lap, all the time, all the opportunity to do as they please, when the time comes that God says enough is enough, He makes it clear to the whole world. Ghana, I tell you what, the leaders of our land, the Supreme Court, the Parliament, the Judiciary, the Executive, the Legislature, the ministers, the imams, the traditional leaders, they all know that the unthinkable abomination, wickedness, evil has been done against our nation and our people. And the consequence is upon the nation. They all know. Likewise, the powers that be in America, they know that what they have done to this African, his nation, and his two tortured and abducted children in worship of this dangerous US undercover agent. The God of the Bible has taught and made it clear in the sight of the world that of a truth, He is God, and no man dares Him. No king, no kingdom dare Him and get away with it. So, Joe, you want the FBI to come and carry out a search at your Oval Office? Just like you pushed button for Trump through the Joe Biden to go and the FBI to go and quickly attack Trump and searching, because the African has made a statement in the book Occupy Till I Come in the year 2021. No, 2022, and you knew it so much that God was favoring Trump. So you quickly, let's go to what you do. Joe, Joe is very treacherous. America, acquire to the program, testimony or humanity, acquire to the program, testimony, blue world disorder. And bye. Let's go to what you do. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Ghana, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. When my work is done, the purpose for God bringing me here is accomplished, He will bring me back to Ghana. Satan cannot do anything about it. God bless you, Ghana. I love you. Au revoir. Bye bye. See you.